know what? And just because I like my entrance again, play it again. Come on now. Yo. This is Joey Two Wallets, and we're starting early today. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how long this is going to go, but I'm going to tell you right now, today is going to be combative. It's Sunday. We got everybody that like to talk mess. They all coming on today. First, let me start out with my man from SportsDaddyTv. Anything New York and New York City, we waiting for his new podcast to drop. Big boy. Yeah. Big Chief got the clapper. I ain't got the clapper. You know what I'm saying?
You good, fam.
Hey, and my man, look, we've had him on the show a couple times. Mm-hmm. This dude is a big Laker fan. I just found out he's a Dodger fan. My man Romero from the Control Room podcast on the show today. Welcome.
What's up, fellas?
All right, and just to let y'all know, we starting early for a reason. Because my man, SoCal, he was calling you out a little bit. Romero, so you know what I'm saying? About
slander, a lot of slander.
About y'all Lakers.
And LeBron.
That's right. But before we go there, but you know what, though? I'm not even going to front. I'm with him on the LeBron mess. But before we go there, big boy, I had a question for you because when I heard this, I was like, I couldn't believe this. I want to know somebody who's on the East Coast. Man, that's mine. I forgot to mute it. Man, y'all got to fill me in. And then, Romero, please chime in when you get a minute. Big boy, go ahead and go first on Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. They don't sit that boy down to Cleveland. Yes, indeed. I feel like they could have allowed a little bit more, though, for what they got for Amari Cooper. Like, I understand he wasn't the biggest on production this last year, but he is still big on production, period. Especially in the home game, though. I feel like they could at least got a third-round pick out of that, but I feel like they settled for whatever they got first in the market. They just wanted to ship them off real quick and get started with them contracts. I'm sorry, my dog over here just chilling.
No, it's all good. All dogs are welcome. I got cats. They're going to be running through here pretty soon. Jameson?
I really wanted Amari to go to the Patriots, though, to try to give Mack a decent target to open up the offense just a little bit more. But that dream was shattered when I heard the news about the Browns getting him. But kudos to the Browns for getting the receivers up. Good luck trying to keep Landry, though, like he won out.
I will say this much before Romero chimes in. This gives Baker Mayfield no excuses. No excuses. You're going to be healthy this coming year. We just gave you another. Technically, he's a better route runner than OBJ. Yeah, I said it. There's something that OBJ is not that great at, and I believe Amari Cooper's a better route runner than he is. So, but Romero, what you think, man?
I mean, from the Cowboys standpoint, it was obviously a cap space kind of a deal where they didn't get much in return. I mean, those draft picks are pretty bad. I mean, we'll see what they make out of it, but I mean, Baker Mayfield, like you said, at this point, man, if he can't produce, he's already had issues with various receivers. So it's getting to the point where it's like, the finger's going to be pointed at him now. People are starting to figure out this guy's getting exposed. He's not in my eyes, he's not an NFL caliber type of quarterback. He was a great college quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But to me, he's overhyped. I mean, you see him in all these commercials, and to me, it's undeserving, really. I mean, what has he done to earn all that? But, Amari Cooper, like you said, a great route runner. We saw it in Dallas, When he was with the Raiders, we saw great route running. So that's one thing that he can do. But the question is, can Baker Mayfield get him the football? Can he slang that rock to him? So we'll see.
All right. And so let me add this and say this. Do I think that he's an NFL caliber starting quarterback? Absolutely. Do I believe that Baker Mayfield's in the right mindset to actually fulfill that talent that we all see that he has? No. Thank you. I was just about to add my man in. This is SoCal.
What up, boys? What's going down?
SoCal, I'm so glad because you.
Me and Romero need to talk because I want your lineman, boy.
Hold on. We already discussed that. That's why we went early. I was like, let me get it in because we already know how SoCal get. So
get wild up in here.
So before we get into that, D, just real SoCal, just before you get we get to your Lakers. Give me a real quick assessment of what you believe Amari Cooper will do for Baker Mayfield in Cleveland.
Oh man, that's a deep, loaded question.
Yeah.
I don't. You guys want my personal take? I don't think he's gonna do anything for Amari Cooper.
Just like my notes from yesterday. Keep it real.
I think that is Cleveland, and I'm sorry, Cleveland fans, but that is the wide receiver graveyard. So. If you go there, you die. You go there with hope, you coming out of there with skeletons and bags. So, I mean, I feel bad actually that he got traded there, to be honest with you. Because I would have been, if I'm Amari Cooper, I'm like, anywhere but Cleveland, please. I mean, to be real, I'd be happy to go to the Lions. Hey, let me go up to Detroit. Just don't send me to Cleveland, please. And they did him dirty. So
that would have been interesting, actually, if he would have went to Detroit.
So it is what it is. I know Miami was in on that, wanted him, but I know we didn't want that guaranteed money. That guaranteed money was a high number, man, $60 million. Good Lord. So I was like, man, even though that 20 looked cute, then draft picks we could do, that guaranteed was too much, man. And I just couldn't handle that. And that's why the Dolphins wanted him to be released. I think every team that wanted him to be released. But I mean, didn't Cleveland just do what Cleveland has always done? I mean, stupid moves. I mean, let's be real with each other.
In this case, I don't know about the other two guys. I don't think this is a stupid move. I think this is the one move that you make for Baker Mayfield, and you say, look, we gave him, he has a number 2 in Peoples. We're going to give him Amari Cooper. He has no excuses for us to fire him after this year.
But I mean, you're making an assumption that this is Baker Mayfield's team because the word on the street is, and the word I've been hearing all day on NFL Network and on Twitter,
Deshaun Watson.
Watson may be on his way there. So, I mean, the Saints are all in, the Panthers are all in, but guess what? So are the Browns. So that might not even be Baker's team when it's all said and done. So we don't know how that's going to shake out. But if Deshaun goes there, well, I feel bad for them again. I feel bad for him again because he said, okay, send me there. That's on him then.
Okay, and then before we move on to the next one, I'm going to let y'all get to y'all Lakers, and then Big Boy's going to chime in. I'll say this real quick. If Baker Mayfield stays there, here's the thing. You giving him enough targets, I have no more excuses. Period. So whether Deshaun goes there or not, let's see what he can do. And here's the beautiful part about this Amari deal. He was going to get cut. They really got his rights for cheap. They didn't have to give up a first or second round pick. They're like, you know what? Let's just give him some guys that we know ain't going to make the roster anyway. They did what the Rams did. F them picks. So, all right. Let's jump to the NBA here. D, you and me hit the Lakers a little bit. You know how I feel about LeBron James. Look, Romero, you know how much I don't like LeBron James. And Big Boy, you've never
LeBron haters out there. I'm aware of this.
Look, I don't.
Did you watch the show yesterday, Romero?
I caught a little piece of it.
Did you catch my?
Well, Joey sent it to me, so
Hey,
Yeah,
you were
I had
definitely on my mind, bro.
I had
Bro.
to. I had to click on it. I go, let me see what this is about.
Yeah.
I
But
had to.
I mean, like I said, I know there's a lot of LeBron haters out there, so I'm used to the slander. But when you look at what he's been doing, as of late, you know, putting up 50 burgers every other night, he might put up another 50 burger tonight. I don't know what people want from the guy. I mean, what more do people want from him? I think it's more he rubs people the wrong way for whatever reason. Some people don't like him. I don't personally understand why you wouldn't like LeBron. I mean, if you think about over the course of his career coming in as a teenager and never
Wait,
having,
wait, coming in as a teenager with the chosen one tattooed on his back. That guy.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
think
go
for
ahead. Go
all
ahead.
that pressure,
I'm gonna line you
all
up so I can knock him down later. But go ahead.
all that pressure on him to carry an entire city, to carry Cleveland on his back, and you know, never had any issues. We've never heard any off the court problems with the guy. I mean, the guy's opened school for kids. I mean, I don't know what people want from the guy, honestly.
I think being a Laker fan and being a diehard Laker fan, for me personally, has a lot to do with that man's jersey you have right behind you. It's
Okay,
stepping
yeah,
in, it's stepping
totally,
into it's stepping into that legacy and saying,
yeah.
"Hey, no, this is mine. No, this ain't yours. This is Kobe's house. Kobe built this house, and this ain't your house. You're a
Yeah.
guest in this house."
But
And
historically, see, people always talk about, well, you know, LeBron's a gun for hire. But historically, the Lakers brought Kareem from
no, for
Milwaukee.
sure. No, I
So
totally agree with you. I totally
this
agree
whole
with you.
notion of, well, not everyone gets to play their entire career like Kobe
No
on
doubt.
the same team.
No
That's
doubt.
very rare.
No doubt.
So to expect that is unrealistic, especially given today's NBA, free agency. These guys are jumping from team to team after every contract. You
Yeah.
know,
I think
um,
my only critique was, and I guess it still is, we gave up a lot of young players that were very promising, and I felt personally we were only one person away from actually doing something with those young guys. So I personally felt like, man, we really mortgaged our young future for this one player. And then
World championship.
yeah, but I want more than just one championship. See, I guess that's the gluttonous part of me as a Laker fan, is I want more than one. I don't just want one. If we're just one and done, I don't want it. This is
No
this
count.
is different. This is different than the Clippers. We're the Lakers, dude. We demand greatness all the
Dynasties.
time.
Dynasties. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I get you. But was there any guarantees that with the young core that we had, Lonzo, that young core, were there any guarantees that we would get a championship?
Well, I think we were building towards it. I definitely do. I definitely saw real high promise there, especially with Brandon Ingram. I mean, they were saying, man, he's starting to look like the next KD. I remember those talks. I remember the Josh Hart looking a little bit like Derek Fisher.
Mm,
I remember some of this stuff, man. And as soon as LeBron came, it was ship all them dudes out. And for me, that was like, man, I have all the little figurines of those dudes. I was like, man, okay. Jenny's got this, all right. And then they all went out. And
All
for
right.
me,
Well,
that was like, all right, then forget it.
let me just jump in here real quick. So we got one person who I know is for LeBron. Another guy who I'm gonna take myself out of it, and I'm gonna let Big Boy be the tiebreaker. Big Boy, what is your true nature about LeBron James and the way the Lakers is doing things right now?
I'm not a big fan of LeBron James. And I honestly think that when he gets on a team and he starts making personnel decisions, expect a lot of things to not go right. If a player is bought to a team that he's on off of his fruition, he's not going to be the same player that you bought in. And he turned Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, and AD from great all-round players to spot-up shooters. AD don't even get down there no more like that no more. He's staying right there at the three-point line talking about, I got it. I do a little pop over here. He's bringing in people that are just too old to keep up in the long run.
Mhm.
You can't go no overtime with them. You don't want to go 7 games with that team. It's when he makes these personnel decisions, I'm like, does he just play? He's picking these people because he just wants to play with them, just to say he played with them in the career? Because I'm not sure what he was thinking about.
We can't ignore the fact that AD has been injured off and on the entire season.
His whole career.
His whole career. I mean, yes.
Whole career.
He's had an injury, ridden career. We all know that. But when he's healthy, we saw what LeBron and AD could do, in the bubble in 2020 when they're healthy.
Yeah, but everybody else
those guys are on the floor together, they're a problem.
I think what happened is they was calling Ray Lewis for some deer spray. So anyway, now that we have established here, let's shift to the other side. Because my man Big Boy here, Knicks fan, right? Yes. I understand Brooklyn just got there.
I feel bad for you.
Look, I'm still amongst the people who still believe that Julius Randle coming out was a better Elton Brand, more athletic. I believe he shoots a better mid-range. Rebounding was about similar. Big Boy, what can you guys do? Obviously, he's not a number one. He's obviously a 2, maybe a 3 scorer in that offense and on that team. What are you looking at? And then we're also hearing that Kemba Walker is now done and gone.
Yes, you gotta. First things first, we need a big over there. We need a true center that could go, get some shot blocking, and we need somebody who could actually get some real rebounds in the game. I'll be looking at these score line, these stat sheets, and I see like nobody's getting no more than like 7 or 8 rebounds. I need a monster on the glass that's gonna go get me 10 and 15 a night. He may not be the best scorer, but at least he's getting us possessions, and that's what we need. If we could get more possessions, we could get some of these guys to get more chances at the hoop and develop their game. I like Quickly. I think he's pretty good. We got that other dude, the small forward. I can't remember his name. Starts with a T, I believe.
Oh goodness. Look, let me go ahead and jump on here real quick.
Quickly?
Yeah.
No, he's not Quickly, the small forward.
And then RJ Barrett, he's showing some serious
nice.
Nice. I need more of that.
He's coming along.
Barrett's nice, yeah.
I feel like we're a bit more forward. We're a bit more forward in the back court. We need to get that front court together. We got to get another big. The Mitchell Robinson experiment has failed, people.
But you guys were looking good last year. What happened?
I think we just got figured out, to be honest with you. You came as a surprise, and nobody was ready for the surprise.
So let me ask you, you think the coach, it was a Thibodeau, right?
Yeah.
Is it Thibodeau?
Yeah.
You think he's got the answers as far as figuring it out and trying to get these guys to the next level?
I don't think Tom Thibodeau is like that potential unlocker of a coach. I think he teaches your team how to play some serious defense. Once your team learns that, I'm sorry, Tom, but you got to go to another team again and try it all over again. But with Tom, if he can get that dog in defense in us, I'm taking it. I'm taking it all day. Some progress is better than no progress all day.
I feel that. So, you know what? Since I'm just going to go ahead and switch it here so you guys already know where I'm going. Boom. Okay. The report was sent to me by Big Chief Daddy. Obviously, he wanted us to say something. It looks like I'm not getting Gronk. Don't smile, Big Chief. Don't smile like that. I just saw your beard go up. That ain't cool. Tom Brady is returning to the NFL.
I actually got some stuff to talk about that. Actually,
whoever takes it first, please.
All right. So here's the thing with the Tom Brady thing. First, they got to sign him to another contract. I don't know if you know that. NFL Network broke that story. Okay,
right?
He did a 1 year or whatever extended contract. Second thing is they have more than a dozen free agencies that are requiring lots of money, and they're not just going to say, "Hey, we'll just come back for nothing." They all want something, so you can look for them to lose a lot of those free agents. The other thing is they are very tight on money right now. They're very close to cap already. So the thought that Gronk is just going to walk in for free isn't really a possibility. I mean, Gronk may take a pay cut. I don't know if he's going to take that big of a pay cut. So he may still be available to you. And after listening to the NFL Network a little bit, I mean, it kind of makes a lot of sense because Tom's going to require some money. I know he likes to take friendly deals, but even before they even do anything with Tom, they're still right there on that cap number. They're floating. They're like real tight. It's like real tight. It's like the panties are drawn all the way to the butt. They're real tight. So you know what I'm saying? They so tight.
It's a lovely visual.
Yeah, those cheeks are purple right now, man. It's bad.
Oh wow, purple cheeks. Okay, yeah, we went there.
So I want to get everybody to understand how tight they are there in Tampa. It's not like it was years past where they just bring everybody and everybody wants to come play. I mean, Fournette wants to get paid. Jensen wants to get paid. I mean, Gronk wants to get paid. These are all big names that aren't just going to say, okay, cool, let's go play with Tom, and I won't make no money. These guys got families to feed. They got mortgages to pay. They got cars to buy and pay for.
I agree.
So they got children to feed. So, I mean, yeah, it would be great, I guess, in Tampa Bay fans' minds, but in realistic world that we all live in, a lot of those guys are still going to be free agents come tomorrow morning, and they're going to go to other teams. So I would say for you, Joey Two Wallets, Gronk is still very much an option at this point. And I wouldn't say it's a foregone conclusion that he's gone back to the Bucs.
Right, and then you filled me in that Zach Ertz, which I just found out 2.5 hours ago, signed a 3-year extension to stay with Arizona. So it's like,
yeah.
Romero, the floor is yours.
I mean, leave it up to Tom Brady to overshadow Selection Sunday. Like, come on, man. The timing of it. Like, this guy just loves attention. You know, when he announced that retirement, 90% of me was like, man, I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. Yeah. How much golf can you play before you get, you get tired of it? I was watching a soccer game yesterday, Manchester United. Tom Brady was over there, cheering on Cristiano Ronaldo. And then all of a sudden today he announces, hey, I changed my mind. After 2 months of retiring, I'm coming back. It's like you can't get rid of this guy, man. He's like herpes.
Yeah, like, hey, he's got a Twitter. He got a Twitter picture after he. This was actually very funny.
Purple cheeks and herpes
on his Twitter account. I think it's Twitter or Instagram account. He has, after he announced that he was coming back out of retirement, he posted a picture of Jordan that said "F these kids," which I thought was freaking hilarious.
It's like the guy loves attention.
Yeah, he does.
He loves the attention.
Yeah, you don't do that if. Yeah. But anyways,
Bruce Arians, he's going to make sure that he keeps that team intact. Gronk ain't going nowhere, man. He's not going to play with anybody else but Brady. I hate to break it to you, Joey. So they'll make it work.
Big boy, you're up.
I've never seen a single man make so many ripples with doing almost nothing but saying, "I'm retired." What? Psych, hit you with the yeet. I'm not retired.
Yeah, people are calling him the new Favre 2.0.
That's not fair.
You know what it is when you play football? It's the things that you hate doing that you're missing the most. The workouts, the study sessions, the film room. And I feel like that is his driving force right now. And he went without it for 2 months. And he had that itch. He said, I can't do it, man. I got to go back. I need some more. I just can't believe that he did it on Sunday of all days, this Sunday of all days. I'm pretty sure he was just probably sitting back on his couch and said, I don't like the sports news, and just dropped that bomb and said, oh, there we go. That's real sports news. That's how you do it, people. This man is a freaking beast.
He could have really clowned and waited for like an hour before free agency really opened and then dropped the bomb. I mean, but the people were saying on NFL Network that he most likely did this to let those other free agents know, hey, I'm coming back. So if you're starting to make commitments with other teams, you may want to unthink that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classy move, but money's still involved. So I don't know that that's going to work all the way. It may. I don't know. Me as a Dolphin fan, there's some guys that I want. You got one. He don't got
long time
none.
ago.
No, I want Collins, man. I want that right tackle from the Cowboys so bad. Yes, sir. Man, and give me Saquon. I'll take Saquon for a fourth. Give me that. I'm candy shopping right now as a Dolphin fan. I'm sitting back in the candy shop going, hey, I want him. I want him. Hey, man, Tomlinson from the 49ers just said, hey, I'm not re-signing with the 49ers. I'm going to free agency. He just
Take
said that.
Elliott too.
Just posted, man. I want that dude. Hey, I'm going to be greedy as a Dolphin fan this time because we need to show up for Tua. So, you know what I mean? We need that Polynesian king to do his thing. So, you know, I'm ready.
All right. Since I like to jump around and have jumble thoughts, I'm going to go back around to Romero because Romero was the question of the week and with trash or treasure. But Romero, remember I kept telling you how that dude's more trash and treasure, and we talked about postseason?
You got exposed.
Tell me what you think about this one. Let's see if I can get it in here right.
Oh, that stat line against Brooklyn? Is that what that is?
No.
Oh, wow.
Harden's last 8 facing eliminations is what? He's what?
He is not a big game type of player. That's for sure.
So I'm gonna say one thing about James Harden, so I can double down, so people don't think I'm crazy. And I'd like to thank Chris Broussard for posting this because I've been saying it for a long time. The only guarantee you get with James Harden is that beard. You ain't getting no rings. Kobe, and I'm re-quoting myself saying it. That dude that you got up on your wall said, and I quote, James Harden playing basketball that way won't win him a title.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That style of basketball, it's been proven. It's not going to win you a championship.
So then here's the question. Is this finally the year where James Harden's numbers don't drop? Big boy?
I mean, we got a preview of it against Brooklyn. That's really who Harden is. When it gets down to the nitty gritty, I mean that's who he is. He disappears, man.
Big boy, what you think?
If you want to see what somebody will do in the future, look at their past.
Yep.
That stat line just showed it all right then and there. Even if Embiid is healthy, if Embiid don't drop 50 points in that elimination game, guess what? Philadelphia is going back to eat some more cheesesteaks.
Yeah. Fact. I mean, if you think about it, honestly, Philly's had better teams. I mean, when they had Jimmy Butler on that team a few years back.
Kawhi Leonard.
That team was stacked, man.
Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler.
So,
Simmons.
Philly fans are going to be disappointed again.
Mm-hmm.
I just think James Harden is just a poor man's role player. I mean, he's a role player at best. And when he was in OKC, he was a third wheel for a reason. He was a 3-point bucket shooter, and that's all he did. But that's his game right there. But he needs them other guys to do their job. The problem is he's trying to be a number one. He ain't a number one, and that's the problem with him. He ain't that guy, and he can't get it in his head. Some of these guys get an NBA, get this money, and get a team like the Rockets to tell them, hey, you know what? You're better than what you are. Come here. We'll give you all this money, and we'll let you be our number one. They go over there. You do a little bit of fool's gold, and you start believing in yourself a little bit. But you know what? A clam is still a clam, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can look better when it's opened up and it looks all shiny. The other day, it's still a clam, man. So
and I've been following James Harden since he was in Artesia High School.
Yeah,
I've been following since Arizona State. I feel
before the beard, when he was a clean face,
where his forehead looked bigger than the rest of his whole head. James Harden, yeah, I remember.
And I mean, he is, at this point, we already know, Big Boy said he is. We already know who he is. We've seen it before, I mean. So to expect anything otherwise really is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's insane.
Then let me triple down. Big boy, I'm going to start with you. Why is Tracy McGrady left off the list and Harden and Anthony Davis on the list? Answer.
I think that's people just being caught up in the moment. If I could choose any one of those players, I'm choosing Tracy McGrady. I feel like if he didn't go through what he went through with the injury thing, prolific. Absolutely prolific. They will not forget this man's name. They put more respect on it. Let me tell you. If I could start any franchise with any of those players, I'm taking Tracy. Tracy was crazy. He knew how to get that ball in the bucket any way necessary. He was getting it. And not to mention, he also played defense. Something that somebody with a beard don't do. He also got hustle. Something somebody with a beard don't do. Not this beard. Not this beard. Nah. Somebody else with a different beard.
Yeah, the guy with the receding hairline too.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you. He had to put his forehead out there. Now I remember he was built like a lollipop back in the day.
Thank you. People forget. That's why he had to grow the beard. Get the attention here instead of here.
Be Volati. He got more hair than he had body.
Dang.
And to quote that comedian, I forget his name, he said, "You ain't got a forehead, you got a 5 head."
Wow.
That top 75 list, I mean, it's subjective, man. I mean, there's so many guys that really shouldn't be on there. I mean, in my opinion, I love Dame Lillard, but really he hasn't done anything to be on that list yet. I mean, there's guys like Tony Parker who got left off.
Yeah.
Multiple champion. I mean, how do you leave Tony Parker off and put Dame Lillard who ain't won nothing yet?
And Tony was a beast.
Yeah.
His passion is crazy.
Whenever the Lakers went up against him, I was like, dude, we're going to have a ball game here. It's going to be rough.
I mean, so it's obviously it's subjective, and you know, a lot of guys that deserve to be on there got left off. And I mean, not to say that Dame Lillard is going to be on that list someday, but I don't think that he's deserving of it right now.
Well, it's like it's a best friends list right now. It's not really going on, you know, real talent and real, you know,
it's a popularity contest.
Yeah, it's more. That's my buddy. I'm gonna put him on the list. He's here right now playing. So
exactly,
we're gonna add him in so we can have players out there. You know, it's not like because there's some dudes that were in the era that I watched growing up. Dude, there were some real ballers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that I know that these like guys like PJ Tucker back in the day was a baller, dude. I mean, there's just so many players that were dope that would kill a lot of these dudes now, to be honest with you. A lot. And you don't even hear their names anymore. You know what I mean? It's like they were scrubs. They were nobodies, you know? To me, it's a shame. But...
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway. Let me tell you, you're right about those balls from back in the day. I am a Knicks fan through and through. My favorite team will always be the Bad Boy Pistons.
Man, I used to, you know, what back in the day, the Lakers were doing good, but man, I used to watch that New York team. John Starks was a beast, man. I used to watch that dude.
Anthony Mason.
All those dudes were beasts, bro. I used to sit in my mom's room on the bed, you know, watching those games while the family was in the other room because the Lakers weren't in it at that point. And I would be like, "Dang, dude! Like, look how great the Knicks look, man." I would always count for. I actually would go for Patrick Ewing and be like, "Man, I hope he gets something."
Yeah,
you know,
I really thought
it.
I thought they were going to win that that short season. Was it 99? The shortened season when they ended up playing the Spurs in the finals. You remember that?
Yeah.
Patrick Latrell Sprewell.
I thought the Knicks were going to get a championship, man. I really did.
Sprewell was a beast too. Sprewell came out with them rims.
Yeah. Sprewell. Ewing.
Yeah, for those of you guys who need some rims, he's in Long Beach, California. So go ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came.
Yeah, that's where his shop is at.
Oh, okay.
Sprewell came out with the original spinner.
Yeah,
rim.
I do remember that.
That was his thing. He came out with that. But
heck of a player.
Let's get into some football stuff, man. This is the free agent show. Let's do that. This ain't the NBA show.
Man. You know what? Hey.
I'm ready.
No, straight up. Like I said, I like to go off the dome, and I had to settle that last debate with Ramiro because, you know what I'm saying, he's a busy man. We had to go about it. But anyway, what are you looking at for your Dolphins, SoCal, for right now? Any rumblings? Any grumblings?
Well, the Dolphins are all the news that I'm getting through all the different atmospheres is that they're looking at O-line pretty heavily. What is it? Lincoln Tomlinson is the guy that we're looking at. Jensen is the guy we're looking at, center from the Bucks. I really want Romero's left guard or left tackle. Sorry, he's a right tackle. My bad.
Lionel Collins.
Yeah, Lionel Collins. Yeah,
You might get him.
I want him, man. But the Cowboys scare me. The Cowboys scare me when you deal with the Cowboys because the Cowboys, rightfully so, are all about themselves. So they're not really going to cut these dudes. They say they want to cut them, but really they want to trade them because Jerry wants that money. Jerry wants them picks.
We're going to
And I really don't want to
in front of you.
Yeah, I really don't want to give up shit like that. You know what I mean? I really don't want to give up our picks because we got some good picks next year and this year. But I want that guy, and I want that guy to be released is what I'm hoping for, and I'm hoping he comes to Miami. We did flirt with him before. There was a time where he was going to be a Dolphin, and he ended up not becoming a Dolphin. So there's that with that. But it would be great to have him finally join Miami. We need to solidify that right tackle spot for Tua, since that's his blind side. And I know that guy's a beast, so I want that guy. I mean, that's really it right now is what I'm hearing. I mean, the wide receivers that we were looking at, they're gone already. So, I mean, who else is out there? We got Juju. I want Juju Smith-Schuster. I would like to see Robinson as a wide receiver. But, I mean, even though we're looking at the candy store in Miami, we still got to be realistic. You can't go sign everybody. So, as a fan of all of our organizations, we still got to keep it to the chest a little bit, you know? No matter how much money we got or don't got. I know Big Money down there, he ain't got no money. They in Broke Street in New York. So he's trying to figure out how to cut some dudes and move on from some dudes. Yeah.
So. You know what, though? For New York, though, it's really just – it's that one wide receiver. Isn't he tying up like 9 or 10%, big boy? Galloway?
Kenny Galladay?
Kenny Galladay, yeah. He's taking up a lot of our cap room. Him and a lot of only 5 players take up around 50% of our cap room. 5 players.
Dang.
10 players take up about 72% of our cap room. Somebody made some serious mistakes signing these contracts.
He was so good with Detroit, though, man. He was so productive.
And that's the part that's killing
and
me.
Hurt.
See it translated in New York.
Yeah. But sometimes that has to do with the chemistry with the quarterback too, and maybe they don't have the chemistry yet that they should have because Daniel Jones is always hurt. I mean, that could be something, you know, that does account for how these guys transition, you know, and how they perform when they get to these new teams. That chemistry, people don't really look at that very often.
This just in: shots fired at Daniel Jones. Shots fired at Daniel Jones. Okay, no, my bad. Go ahead.
Because you're talking about this chemistry. He was injured. We don't have a quarterback. Daniel Jones is not that quarterback. I don't know what everybody else is talking about. They seen something. I don't see it at all. I see a slightly more athletic Eli, but not as good as Eli in this guy. Mm-hmm. He got to go. He got to go. And right now, we don't even have the money to, get somebody else. I would like to get anybody in, to be honest with you. Is Glennon still on the market? Can we get him back? I'll take Chad Henne. I'll take anybody.
That's all day.
Hey, hold on. Mr. Fourth Down. We know Chad Henne got heart. He's in Kansas City still, but we know he got heart. But I believe, as SoCal was talking about a few days ago, you know, Brian Dable, he had a guy sit there the whole year and learn that playbook. You can't tell me the Giants are not looking at him to come in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Huh?
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about him, but let's just put it this way. Everybody called Matt Nagy a bad coach. This guy came in his rookie year and the year after, and they were in the playoffs. They were low seed, but they still went to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't play terribly bad. It just seemed like there was always something where it just happened. And they do have tight ends and a number 2.
You talking about
so they got, yeah. So, I didn't mention his name, huh? My bad.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But Mitchell, I don't think he's all that bad. I'll put it right now. Right now, if he's a young quarterback who lost a spot, I would take him over Kevin Love. I would take him over Ryan Fitzpatrick. I would take him over I don't want a Heineke. I would take him over any quarterback in the Houston Texans organization, including Darius. And you guys know how much I love Darius Miles. I would take a shot on him. I would give him a 2-year, $18 million contract and see what he can do with it.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, the thing that I thought, well, the place I thought Trubisky was going to go was actually to the Colts. Until earlier today, I heard that the Colts are all in on Marcus Mariota. They're all in. They want that to be their starting quarterback.
Let me go put my jersey back on.
They are all in. That's the guy they want. They don't want to draft nobody. They want Marcus. They said they've seen enough. They're going full core press tomorrow morning for Marcus Mariota to be their starting quarterback. So Mitchell Trubisky now, that market, that was where he was going. I mean, so, and then you got Deshaun out there. So these other teams that need quarterback, they're all fighting over Deshaun. So somebody could sneak in tomorrow morning and just scoop up Trubisky under the cover of night and perform a robbery.
And it wouldn't even be that expensive.
Wouldn't be
Hey,
that
big boy,
expensive.
you got Jimmy G out there also as a possibility.
Yeah, that's
I
another
like
one.
Jimmy G.
That's another one. There's so many. The thing is,
They're
there's
gonna
so
start
many good
trade
guys. You still
next
got
year.
Bridgewater
Now
out
you're
there.
starting trade.
You know, Bridgewater's out there. He's a
I want-
free agent.
I
There's a
want
lot of
Bridgewater in
guys.
Tennessee.
There's a lot of dudes out there that are still available that are great. You know what I mean?
Serviceable quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, that if your main guy went down, you would totally want to see that guy running your team.
Mhm.
Or if you didn't have a quarterback, like you were in the spot like the Giants, where you think you have a guy but you're not sure, you have a guy that could beat him at camp. You know what I mean? And I mean,
Yeah,
I, can
I
see
would
that.
love. I mean, I would love a quarterback that's good at clock management.
Yeah. Yeah. Was
You
that
know
on,
what?
was that on Dak,
If you don't want Dak, you can give him
though?
here.
Was that on Dak?
I'll
Oh,
take
no.
Dak in Tennessee.
You just
That was
got to
more
work
the
on
coaching
his
staff,
clock
if you ask
management.
me.
That's all.
I don't know.
Oh,
if
so
that
it's
was
him
on
that's
Dak.
got to work on his clock management.
Well, the coach is not exactly.
I
You
think
know,
the coach did that one. That was the coach that screw up in the line.
But we all
Coach-
know he
coach-
wasn't a good coach. Like,
But also, I think that play in particular, that referee jacked up. That more than anything, that referee was not trying to put that ball on the ground. And I've watched that play 100 times over. Dak
that was 5.5
running-
seconds. Yep.
Dak was running up to the line. He was ready to go, and that ref was like, "I am not putting this ball down." So
we got screwed.
What
We
do you
got
do?
Screwed. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, that ref, he might have had something on, DraftKings or something. You don't know.
Oh,
Ooh.
Kevin Ridley situation.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, we
Yeah.
dropping news and knowledge over here on Sports Daddy TV.
Pulling the
Yeah,
Tim
you don't know.
Donaghy.
Woo!
You don't know. I mean, why else would a referee not put the ball on the ground for a play
To have
start,
him spike it.
knowing that there's seconds left in the game and the team is coming back, the quarterback just threw a bomb and he's ready to ball out? Why else? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, the ref's job is to put the ball in the center's hand and say, "Okay, go." That's his job. That's what that specific ref's job is. And he didn't do his job on purpose for whatever reason.
To add to that real quick, he actually does have a good point. When a quarterback throws a bomb or a Hail Mary, the referees all retreat backwards. When Dak hiked the ball, took 2 steps, and then scrambled up the field, that the ref didn't run. I am quite curious as to why that referee didn't run. I thought it was kind of hokey, but then the media all came out and then they said, Dak shouldn't have scrambled with that much time on the clock. I'm like, hold on, that design play actually didn't look that bad if you let him spike the ball.
Man,
But
that was a tough way to end the season.
Man, that would have killed me. But I mean,
Man.
there were some plays for the Dolphins that killed me. That I was just sitting. I mean, during Christmas time, when there was a possibility the Dolphins were going to go to the playoffs, I was wearing my Dolphins Santa hat. I had on my Dolphins poncho, and I was screaming with my hot cocoa in my hand. And there were some plays there that I was just like, "What did the ref just do right there?" Like some of those. I mean, and that happened for all of our teams, and not just mine, not just for the Dolphins. For all of our teams, it was like, are these refs part of the NFL? Or are they part of DraftKings? Like, I really want to know, because some of these calls are super suspect. Not even a little suspect, like super, super suspect.
Very questionable.
Yeah, like, dude, you got money on this game that you're not telling you paid your auntie before you came here? and put them stripes on? Like, cause I want to know, cause there's some stuff going on that I'm like super scared about with you.
Pretty shady.
Yeah, pretty shady, especially with that play with you guys, man. That was dogged out. I was really felt bad for you guys, honestly, because
Yeah, man.
you guys, when that play happened, you know, the pressure that was on Dak before that game, when people were saying, can Dak do it? Can he be the guy in Dallas? Is he the guy in Dallas? And Dak actually came out and proved that he is the guy in Dallas. To be frank with you, I don't put that play as an outsider and as a Dolphin fan. I don't put that on Dak. That to me was on the ref completely. I think y'all got screwed out of that one for real. So
all right. Now it's been about 4 or 5 off seasons. If you guys didn't notice, I posted it on in the Mike profile for Facebook, and there's a picture and a video. And the text reads, matter of fact, I don't want to misquote myself. Let me just give me 3 seconds here, guys. Hold on, just give me 1 second.
Just checking out the beard. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get the side profile right. Mm-hmm.
If you guys see me looking down, I'm trying to catch up on the free agency stuff that might be happening, contracts, all that. So just give me a sec. I'm checking the wires to make sure, since we're online, you know, I want to give accurate information up as it's happening.
And I'm looking at my brackets. My brackets down here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do brackets tonight too. Big boy, I don't know if you've signed in yet, but
I gotta do it. I gotta do it ASAP.
So apparently, now that it looks like Ryan Jensen may be going back to the Bucks, it's a possibility. The Dolphins are actually now looking at Ben Jones from the Titans. Sorry, Joey.
no, it's okay because we were looking to get one of our guys we cut, Stofield, the former Ram. He came over 2 years ago, and then we were letting him go. And then we're going to keep our tackles, apparently, and we're going to draft new guards, which makes sense because this is a very deep guard draft. So you sign 1 veteran and get 2 rookies. That makes sense. It happens all the time. This is the report. I wasn't clowning. I was keeping it real. Colin Kaepernick is still working out and said to be in the world's of his source in the best shape of his life, and he wants to play. He's ready to play. He'd be a great fit for teams with quarterback vacancies to fill who would want to win a Super Bowl. Okay. I had to reply. This is on Adam Schefter's Twitter. NFL stands for not for long. Other companies will be happy to have you try Nike, not the NFL. Now, for me to read the end of that statement for Colin Kaepernick, there's only 2 teams who had playoffs aspirations who no longer have a quarterback. One is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the other one is the Indianapolis Colts. One of those teams did make the playoffs, the other one didn't. I still don't see it happening. Anybody's thoughts on Colin Kaepernick still not ducking and still not hiding?
I mean, Big Ben retired. I mean, I don't know if the Steelers are going after Deshaun Watson. To me, that would be a better option, obviously, to get Deshaun Watson. If not, I mean, I don't know how old is Colin at this point. I mean, what's his age?
It's a great.
I mean, he's getting up there. But I guess if Brady can play at 45. You know, as long as he's keeping himself in shape, anything's possible. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if any of these owners, are, you know, want the media attention and the controversy it would bring.
He's 34 years old.
I mean, he's if he's
youngish.
He's kept himself in shape. I mean, he's been out the league for a while, though. There's a big gap there. I mean, through no fault of his own. But, I mean, man, it makes you wonder, like, what the NFL, I forget it was in the news this week. I don't know which player made a statement that, that the NFL is okay with domestic violence. However, the whole Calvin Ridley situation, even though the NFL advertises gambling, you know, throughout games, you want to penalize Calvin Ridley. I mean, I understand that the integrity of the game is at stake, and the NFL just can't risk, the shield when it comes to that, because if people start thinking that there's some funny business going on, you know, then that might be a problem. If you got players, active players gambling, uh, that's problematic. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder what the NFL, how they come down on certain things and how they ignore other things.
And big boy, what do you think about Colin Kaepernick?
I feel like if a team can figure out how to get him through the back door without anybody noticing, they will try it. They will at least see what he will have to offer to see if he's better than what they currently have in stock.
Yeah,
If they
work
can
him
bring
out,
him-
bring him in.
yeah, if they can bring
I'll
him
sign
in,
up for $37 and a bucket of chicken on the cap.
he ain't gonna be he ain't gonna be an expensive quarterback either. He gonna
Big
be on
Chief.
a low contract.
This is what I said today, and actually I wrote a tweet to Colin because he wrote a tweet out that said, "Hey, I'm ready to play. I'm over here." So what I say, hey, bro, if you're ready to play, be one of them big dogs. Go prove it in the CFL. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Because all I hear is you're 2018 and 2022. So I'm all, hey, if you want to play football and you don't want to be a publicity stunt, because that's what you are right now, you're a publicity stunt. Every season he looks like he wants to play. But what he wants to do is he wants to come in and cause a ruckus. He really doesn't want to play, you guys. He could have signed with the Seahawks before. He didn't want to. Okay. He put such a number out there that made it number one quarterback money. That's all it was about. It wasn't about, hey, I really want to play. I love the game, and I didn't want to leave the game, because when he was playing, he was mediocre at best. He wasn't a franchise guy. He was mediocre at best. And that coach at that time made a system that was built around him that made him look better than he actually was. So if he really wants to play, he needs to go to CFL and show, hey, you know what? I want to play. That's what Ricky Williams did when the league kicked him out. He said, hey, you know what? That's cool. I'm going to go prove myself. And then it made a team, the Baltimore Ravens, say, hey, that dude's serious. And he wants to play. Point, he still got it.
To be fair, I mean, you say, okay, first go play in the CFL. To be fair, though, we've seen guys get signed off of the street, but
not for the kind of money that this guy's asking for either. I mean, you're talking about 500,000. This guy's asking for 30-40 million.
I don't think so.
He is. No, he is. You go look at the contract.
He knows he's not getting that.
No, he doesn't. He thinks he is. Go. No. I will show you, Romero, the contract this guy said he wants. It is a $30 million contract.
He probably gets more money from Nike than he will from his NFL contract, to be honest with you.
Agree, but what happens with Colin if he gets back into the NFL, and I talk about this a lot when I talk about Colin, is his whole marketing thing goes down the tubes as soon as he says, hey, you know what? I want to come play. And if he doesn't do well in the NFL, then what change? What does the story become at that point?
Okay, but what did Colin do? What did Colin do so bad that he can't be given another opportunity? I mean, like I talked about earlier, we have domestic violence cases around the league, and these guys are still on rosters. I mean,
I have your answer right here, and it's from a gentleman who commented, "What did Colin Kaepernick do?" Oh, okay.
But that's my point.
It's
a publicity stuff for him.
To that documentary, is that what you're referring to? The documentary?
No, he just said, I thought he compared the NFL to slavery. Let's just put it this way. You have a choice to play in the NFL or Canada. Plain and simple. We all have a choice to do exactly what we do want to do and what we don't want to do. Am I going to jump into the Colin Kaepernick and what I believe mess? No, because I'm going to piss off a whole lot of people, and I'm not even about to swallow my words. So before we jump into that, I want to.
Man, this is exactly why we need, more minority owners, or any minority owners for that matter, because he won't be given an opportunity, otherwise. Because
hold on. Go ahead, big boy. Go ahead, big boy.
To answer your question, what did he do wrong to not get a chance? He got a chance, and he slapped the people's hand who gave him the chance. Talking about, wherever you set it up at, we ain't gonna go over there. We're gonna go to my spot.
We ain't ducking, we ain't hiding.
I ain't gonna give you no time to get on there.
Was that really? Was that really a tryout? Or you think? I mean, come on, man.
I think football players go to play football and they don't make a scene and they don't bring their own camera crew and they don't do all that other stuff that he's doing. And listen, if this guy wants to play football and he really wants to be a football player, I got no problem with him being a football player. Bro, go earn your money. Go do your thing. Go slap on them pads, put that helmet on and show you can ball out. But don't bring your camera crew with you. When you start doing that,
hey, big boy, you got a fan, my bro.
When you do that, you turn it to TMZ. And I'm not looking for TMZ on my team. I'm looking for a baller. I'm looking for a guy that wants to strap up his pads and help me beat the crap out of the other team. That's what I'm looking for.
So you're more comfortable. You're more comfortable with a guy that beats his wife.
I'm not comfortable with any of it. I think the NFL has failed.
That guy's no longer in the league. Also, Ray Rice. No longer in the league.
Domestic violence.
But there's other guys.
League,
I get Romero's point, and Romero, just so you know, SoCal agrees with you that it shouldn't be allowed, period. So I don't believe that the Shield should allow women beaters or any of that. If you beat up your wife or you beat up your girlfriend or any of that stuff and it's on camera and it gets found out you did it, dude, you're done. Bye. See ya.
So we're gonna penalize Colin for what?
No. Hold on. We're not penalizing Colin. We're saying if you want to play football, you have to start over based on the credibility that you built around yourself.
Yeah.
He got on live TV with a large afro and said, "We're not ducking. We're not hiding. We here to play football." That's the last thing we've seen of him. And then this video with him throwing passes again at another high school. I'm not even talking about his prior incidents. Let's take all that out. Romero, if you go to a job interview and you have people come to you, you do not grandstand on TV in front of cameras to say, not to certain teams, to the whole NFL, we not ducking, we not hiding, we here to play football. You're grandstanding, you're not interviewing.
Yeah,
you call it grandstanding. I mean, everybody has an opinion, but to me, it took a lot of balls to do that. To me,
that's where his balls left him out the league.
But I'm not personally faulting Colin Kaepernick for what he did, taking a knee and creating awareness and all that. To me, I'm talking
about the last act you saw with Colin Kaepernick.
Let me just get my point.
You did the most American thing you can do.
But I don't have a problem. But I don't have a problem with Colin doing that. The problem that I have with Colin is, dude, you've been out of the league for so long, and you have not showed me you really want to play. Go show me you really want to play. If other players have done that same thing I'm saying, what makes you better than that? You're not better than that. Go show me you can still ball. Go show me you got the skills still. Don't show me you in the field with your shorts on with a camera crew. Go show me on the NFL field.
He's telling you. He's telling you he wants to play. But
all right, well then go.
If owners are afraid to afford him another opportunity.
Listen to me, Romero. If he goes to Canada, listen. If he goes, Romero, hear my point.
When it comes to other situations,
if this guy goes to Canada and he balls out, you're gonna have 32 other teams wanting that guy. Trust me. If he's balling out in Canada, he's gonna.
Like I mentioned earlier, we've seen the NFL sign quarterbacks literally off the street, quarterbacks that have no business in the NFL.
But these guys are. I agree with you, but they're not starting.
Don't have half of his talent in the league.
Right,
so what does that tell you? That tells you that man, he's been blacklisted. And for us to ignore that, I mean, come on, man. This guy, just give him another chance.
I don't think he's been.
Look, hold on. The NFL has always been the land of the opportunity, and they are always willing to give chances. But guess what? You got to give a little to get a little. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for real.
Big boy, what were we going to say?
We talking about his talent. But let's talk about his records before he got out of the NFL.
Facts.
His last 2 seasons.
He took the Niners to a Super Bowl, and he was
Not the last season he played.
And then this is his career path right after that.
Yeah, but how many quarterbacks are out there that actually took their team to a Super Bowl? Not many.
There's a lot of them sitting outside of the NFL right now to be facts.
But I don't know if he single-handedly took his team to the Super Bowl. I know that team was built. They had a squad. They had a whole team around that dude. It wasn't like he was alone. He had a team around him.
They damn near beat the Ravens and Ray Lewis, man.
Yeah, but he
you say almost. I believe the Ravens won that Super Bowl.
But my point is, he's proven that he can take a team to the promised land.
Yeah, and guess what?
Nick Foles too. Proven that he could go to the Super Bowl
too.
But Brad Johnson's proven he can go to the Super Bowl. That don't make him elite. That don't mean that he's better than 90 some odd other dudes. Brad Johnson goes out of the NFL, wants to come back. Dude, I'm saying the same thing. Take your butt and go to the CFL and show us you got it still.
But
if we want to talk about recent quarterbacks, Nick Foles just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In Philly.
If we're being honest, at one point, Colin Kaepernick was a very promising quarterback. You can't tell me he wasn't.
Yes.
Oh, was and wasn't. Thank you.
Well, I mean, back in that draft when he was coming in,
then how can
there's a bunch of opportunities in the USFL and the CFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
With NFL coaches.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, but you're not asking other guys to do that. Why are you asking him to do that?
We would ask other guys to do that.
No, man.
There's a backup quarterback who just unsigned from the Chiefs and is going to get a starting shot in the USFL in a couple of months.
Throughout any given NFL season, when quarterbacks go down, I've seen teams sign quarterbacks literally off the street that don't have half of the talent of Colin Kaepernick. So, come on, man.
Name 3.
Come on, man. They're garbage. I probably couldn't even remember who they are. That's my point.
Guys, they were definitely not asking for the kind of money that Colin's asking
for. Deep in the depth chart.
Or the position.
There with
but this guy's going to be a backup quarterback. This guy's actually going to be the number 1 quarterback also.
I get you. Let me just ask this real quick. Are you giving $20 million a year to a guy who hasn't played in the NFL for 5 years?
No, I wouldn't do that either. But I would give him an opportunity. I wouldn't.
Yeah, but see, the opportunity will be there. But he has to do some stuff in order to show the people that he can play. He has not thrown a football in the league for 5 years.
But it's a two-way.
The USFL is going to give you people that opportunity to do that.
It's a two-way street, Joey. If you're not,
I agree. It's a two-way street.
How can you prove what you can do if you're not afforded the opportunity? And
the USFL is the opportunity.
The older he's gotten, obviously, it's not in his favor. I mean, he's getting older, So if you don't get the opportunity now, then it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen for him.
Okay, big boy. Right. And this will be our last take, and then we'll go on to the next one.
I just wonder, there's an opportunity. What's stopping him from just going into action just to be on a practice squad?
I mean, is that
he'll make more money in the USFL?
On the real though, he could just, hey, you don't mind if I just practice squad? If you see what you like, upgrade me. Simple as that. One phone call, the team to answer that.
Half the teams would give him that opportunity.
I just how I feel about it. If you really want it, especially in the NFL, you could go get it. Because it's a what have you done for me lately type of thing. And he could have just slid right on into any one of those. That's how I feel about it at the end of it.
All right. And the one big trade that none of us have even mentioned, maybe because I'm a Khalil Mack hater, and I'm well documented as much as I don't believe in Khalil Mack. I'm here to simply tell you guys, Khalil Mack in San Diego on the other side of Joey Bosa, that's going to work. Why? Because he's not by himself. He's on a defense that's full of holes, and he can just run the passer all day long.
That's saying.
What do you
only what
guys
they
think
say.
about Khalil Mack? And let's not
Oh,
mention now the best division in football, that AFC West.
FC West. Man,
Woo.
Thoughts? We'll start with Big Boy. What you got on Khalil Mack?
Khalil Mack, his sack total needs to go up this year. I need him to get
Agreed.
15, 17 of them things out there. He should be seeing a lot more single coverage. He should be doing a lot more work, wrecking havoc on these guys. The other three quarterbacks in their division need to be having their head on a swivel and looking back for him because he is going to be there. And that AFC West is going to be such a tight division. Oh, my gosh. 2, maybe 3 teams out of there is going to have to make it to the playoffs because the competition is too real. I don't particularly see one team just straight out dominating everybody else. Somebody's going to get some other wins on them. I can't wait to see that division play next season. Somebody's trying to catch up to the Chiefs, and that's all 3 of them babies over there. I'm going to pass it down over there. My man right over there.
I feel bad for my homeboy. I don't know about y'all, but I feel bad for that young man. And he just got married. I just hope they don't hit him so hard they take his future kids away. I'm just, man, everybody loaded up.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm gonna just put it this way: if Khalil Mack can go back to his old division, don't let Von Miller do it too. Don't let Von Miller go back to Denver, which is speculated.
Ooh.
But Romero, what you got on Khalil Mack, man? What you think?
no, man, that's going to be quite a tandem. I mean, they're going to complement each other. Both on one side, Mack on the other side. They're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem, that's for sure. Like you said, that division stacked, exception of the Raiders.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got a phone call. A problem called. He said, "Why are you talking about him on a problem called?" He said, "Why are you talking about him?" Okay. No. We weren't talking about you problem. We was talking about how it's going to be a problem. Okay. But go ahead.
You're a fool, bro. I love you,
Yeah,
man. I love you, dude.
A problem. A serious problem.
Quite a a bookend right there. Those guys are gonna really complement each other, and I think you'll see their sacks go up. They're gonna be something to watch for sure.
They could lead the league in sacks. They really could.
Yeah.
My thing
Russell
is this.
Wilson is in that division.
My thing is this. Are you guys all done with your takes?
Oh no, yeah, please go.
Okay.
So
my thing is this. Can these dudes stay healthy? Can these guys not get hurt and stay on the field together? Because over the last few years, these guys are constantly hurt. As good as they are, they're just names as of recently in big contracts. So I want to see these guys, if they're going to do something, stay healthy. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a very rare thing to see these two dudes on the same field at the same time because of that, because they get hurt so often. I mean, it's just like the wind blows the wrong way and Bosa got hurt. Same thing with Khalil Mack last year. The wind blows the wrong way. It's too cold. His nails hurt. He's off the field. And so that's the thing for me with the Chargers in LA is I want to see those guys stay on the field together and not be hurt all season, because that's the only thing that's going to help them do what you guys say, which is get all these sacks. Yeah, if they're healthy all season, yeah, that defense is going to be a problem for sure. But I think with them on the team, that is the thing you have to worry about, is them getting hurt and not being on the field together. That's the biggest problem that I see going forward.
Yeah, but injuries withstanding.
Yeah, no doubt.
They could be.
That's a given, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes are monsters. So alone, and you put that beast together, bro. You created Frankenstein.
All the quarterbacks in that division, Carr, Mahomes, they're going to be running for their life.
Hey man, when Wilson saw that happen, he crapped his panties. He said, "Man,
you know what? I think it's because of Wilson that all this happened."
No doubt. No, I totally agree. I totally think that's the reason. But that as soon as Russ came and the Chargers did that, Russ was like, "Damn, dude, I should have picked somewhere else." You know what I mean?
Okay, and I want to jump on top of that topic to say this. You guys all know, and I've been very vocal about it, Russell Wilson is the greatest quarterback I think I've seen in between the tackles since Peyton Manning. from head to foot, all the way down. In my opinion, I've seen the guy be spectacular. We've seen all the greatest quarterbacks in the league make mistakes. But I will say this much. Tom Brady went from AFC least to the NFC least. Okay? I'm sorry. Carolina, the Saints are the only good one, and then having Atlanta. That's 6 wins, and he didn't even get that when he was there. And then playing the Dolphins, who are up and down, playing the Jets, who are always down.
Hey, don't talk about
I know. I'm not trying to be personal. And then just looking.
That's war to me. So you start getting into Dolphins. I know you're my brother, but that's war to me. I'm commando. Let's get it.
I'm not trying to make it personal. I'm trying to keep it simple. If we seen Russell Wilson go through this division, Arizona was always there, one way, shape, or form. San Francisco has stayed San Francisco. And then having to deal with the Rams transitioning. Remember, he started playing them when Jeff Fisher built that defense and drafted Aaron Donald. Future Hall of Famer Aaron Donald. We got to start putting a little bit more respect on what Russ has had to go through to become the great quarterback that he is today. And if he finds a way to win the division, he's going to be in my top 5 quarterbacks of all time. He has a Super Bowl ring. He's been to multiple Super Bowls. He's going to have the touchdowns. He's still young enough to pad stats, if you guys want to say it.
Oh, he struggled last year, Joey. Come on, man.
He struggled because, other than DK Metcalf, who was getting high zoned and manned underneath, what can you do? They didn't have anybody else. And the offensive line, other than one guy, was a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell came out during a thing, said, he felt like he was on a – hold on. He said felt like last year he was on a JV football team for a high school.
Right. Now, and if you want to talk about him having his bad years, go look at his stats from this year and tell me any other bad quarterback wouldn't want his stats for Russell Wilson's bad year in a year where he was hurt. What do you guys feel about Russell Wilson moving forward in this division? I mean,
I think they're going to be a third place team at best, to be honest with you. Yeah. Second place, maybe. I mean, because if you think about it, what Denver gave up to get him, right? They gave away their tight end, Noah Fant. He's in Seattle now.
they got another one.
And Russ didn't have DK Metcalf come with him. So who's he throwing the ball to in Denver?
Jared Judy didn't score a touchdown at all last year.
Yeah.
Wait, don't they have another?
He had 0 touchdowns all year.
Do they still have is his name Curtis Samuel?
Yeah.
And then they got Suton.
Yeah.
And then they got Jerry Judy.
Yeah.
I just said Jared Judy didn't score anything last year.
Yeah, last year.
No touchdowns.
Still.
He didn't have Russell Wilson either.
But Noah Fant wasn't a best.
But in his defense, he had Drew Lock throwing him the ball. So
yeah. Well, I mean,
well, big boy, what'd you say?
Noah Fant wasn't a best pass catching tight end. There was another one.
Thank you. There's another. I was about to look right now. There's another good tight end. There's a reason why you can let go of Noah Fant.
Noah Fant was a good all around, but the other one was way better at catching the ball. I just don't remember his name.
I had Noah Fant in fantasy, so he was pretty productive. But if they let Noah Fant go, they got to have somebody, back there. So it makes sense.
I mean, I think the key to Denver is this coaching staff and what they're going to do. Nobody knows what that's going to look like. You got basically a Green Bay implant, and so you don't really know what that's going to look like. And can Russell play under the playbook that Aaron Rodgers played under? And can he learn that terminology as quick as the team wants him to? That is where the
remains to be seen.
But you say yes, but you have no clue because some of this stuff is. It takes a couple of years for some of this stuff to truly trickle in. And some of these guys don't learn it as quick as you think they do. And that's why they're there for 2-3 years before they get it all the way under their belts. That's why I say it takes a quarterback 3 years under a new playbook. It's not overnight that the whole playbook is wide open to these guys. They learn it over time. Okay, granted, but I do believe Russ will do good. I just don't know how good he will do. And because there's too many to say that they're going to go and win the division or be the top of the division or whatever. It's too soon because you don't know what that coach staff looks like yet. They haven't played a game. I mean, to be honest with you, it goes the same thing with me in Miami. I have no idea what Tua's going to look like this year under Mike McDaniel. I have no idea. I have all the hope in the world, but I haven't seen Mike McDaniel as a head coach yet. I've seen him as coordinator, and I'm happy and I'm excited. And that's all that Green Bay. That's all you've seen with the guy in Green Bay. He's a coordinator. He's good, but you don't know what he's going to look like as a head coach because he ain't been one. So we don't know how that staff's going to look. We have no clue. I mean, we got all the hope in the world for Russ, but that's all you got. You can't say anything on paper because no game's been played yet. And he's never played with those players before. So the chemistry's got to be there. He's got to work with the chemistry. I mean, there's a lot of variables to football that people think are just, transition overnight. Some of these things take a while. I'm going to say the word wrong, but they maturate. I know I said that word wrong. It maturates in time. It's not something that just happens with the flicker. That's why did the Bengals go get Jamar Chase? Because him and Burrow, I get you, but him and Burrow, had chemistry. They already had chemistry. They wanted Burrow to come out of the gate swinging. Why did they do that? That's why they went and got Jamar Chase and didn't get Jalen Waddle or Smith, because they had the chemistry. This stuff all translates together and it all matters. It's not, people think that it doesn't matter. No, it matters, especially if you're going to say, I know, Joe, you're going to say, well, Russ is a great quarterback. He's the best ever, and he needs to win the division. But it's going to take him a minute, dude. He's not going to do it. And if you're putting that much pressure on him, his first season as a Denver Bronco, that's wrong, man. Because that guy,
that's a good point.
He's got so much
that's
stuff
a realistic.
to learn.
That's a realistic.
Actually,
point.
I'm so glad you brought up the fine points of pressure, because when we talk about the fine points of pressure in this situation, the pressure, no matter how much we talk about Russell Westbrook. Oh, I said Russell Westbrook. My bad.
It's a tongue twister.
No, yeah.
My mind was like that. Yeah. My mind is like Russ. Okay, what's Russ?
Exactly. No matter how much we talk about Russell Wilson being under the gun, he's in Denver and he doesn't make $500 million. That pressure is going to continue to be on Kansas City, who looks like they're going to lose one of their star defensive players. They're going to have to draft to replace that. One of their offensive linemen did get re-signed, the tackle.
Hey, where's Danny, man? We need Danny here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that.
Oh,
yeah. Where's the
He just came in and said Denver's going to finish third.
You tell
Perfect
Big Chief
timing.
Daddy he needs to be on here.
Right on cue.
is anybody taking that? Is anybody taking that?
Thank
He
you.
went, hold on, he ain't done.
I
He is
agree.
not done.
Hey, we need Ted DiBiase, the moneymaker man, on the show. Come on, man. Where you at?
Oh, wow. Look, and he put money on it. Okay. Now,
Where's the green light? Where's the green light?
Oh,
We
we
got
see
green
that
light.
hold on, I think I got it.
Oh, we got cases. Woo. Oh, it's coming out. The green light.
It's a green light special. What's going
Hey, we need one of
on?
them horns.
Hey, that means, hey, in order for him to put that green light, that means one of us got to take the bet.
Man, I'm taking
Not
that
me.
bet. Let's get
Not
it.
me.
Oh,
I
so
told
you
him
got
to play.
you got Denver finishing above third. That's what you're saying.
I agree with
just
Danny.
for the. I agree with him, but just for the cases, hey, I'm a betting man. Take me to Vegas, and I'm walking away broke. Let's do it. Come on.
Woo! Put the green light back on.
Hey,
Put the green light back on, Big Bro. We're going to have green light on the right side.
Yeah.
Green light.
Hey, don't take me to that roulette table, baby.
Someone's feeling like Calvin Ridley today, huh?
Hey,
Oh.
yeah, line me up. Me and
Oh.
Don't risk it all.
Sore subject, because Calvin Ridley was supposed to sign in Miami.
Man. Man. Yeah, but they also came out that he bet more than he said he did. More than $1,500.
You guys think you'll ever play in the NFL again?
Calvin? Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Next year he'll be back right away. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
they'll be watching his money. He messed up because he ended up. This is what he did. He went to Florida. He went to Hard Rock and bet on his phone with his name on DraftKings.
Come on, man! Don't you have a friend?
somebody call Kevin Durant and get him a burner phone. Like, come on, man.
No, bro. Have your girl do it.
wait.
Have your mom do it. Have your friend do it. Don't you do it under your own name, bro.
So he's
You're an NFL player.
He sabotaged himself.
Yeah, he did something. I don't know. But
So let me. He bet $1,000 bet, and he lost $10 million in the process.
1,500 and lost 10.6 mil.
But they said that the NFL didn't say the real number. It's actually a way higher number than 1,500. They said that was a low number the NFL put out in the press release just to make him look good because he's still going to play.
Honestly, I don't think he's going to play in the NFL ever again, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna go off of what Big Boy is. I'm gonna go off of what Big Boy is thinking right now. The ratio for whatever he bet to losing 10 million is still terrible.
It won't be as bad as that.
Uh-oh. Shots fired. Woo! I was gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna keep it up there and say it like this.
You got Kerm throwing shots?
Kerm is throwing shots, but
Kerm throwing shots. Kerm?
I agree with him. I agree. I do not have the Chiefs finishing first in this division this year.
Should have Kerm put some.
Too many holes in that defense now.
They'll win that division.
Thank you. Like they got holes in the defense, the offensive line ain't right, and they're still worried about their number 2 wide receiver that they can't seem to get. And everybody's like, "Oh, they're gonna get Juju. They're gonna get Juju." I'm sorry, Big Chief.
Where the money at?
I love you, man, but I am not. Look, he's on I hate him lists, and Khalil Mack is on that list too. I'm a hater, and Juju and Khalil Mack are both on that list. I'm sorry.
I'll take Juju. I don't know about you guys, but I did not bet against Patrick Mahomes. I just don't do it.
Same
I'm
here.
gonna do it.
I agree.
Nope.
I agree.
I don't do it.
You agree? You co-signing?
I do not. I will not.
Daggone Laker fan. You can't co-sign.
I don't bet against him, but I will bet against that Chiefs defense.
Well, I want to see what they're going to do because they desperately got to do something. But they are also looking for offensive weapons, more weapons. And if you get another weapon for Patrick with what he already has, dude, that's even more dangerous, dude.
Is his name going to be Juju Smith-Schuster?
I don't know, man. I heard they were looking at Allen Robinson too. I mean, there's a lot of
now
they're looking at, man. They got Shark out there. What is it, DJ Shark? I mean, he's
Andy
out there.
Reid loves these guys, man. Andy
Reid.
I'm telling you, number 2.
Don't make these dudes more dangerous than they already are because they are already dangerous. You got another dude, a legit wide receiver out there, dude. They just became deadly, like deadly.
You put them in that Andy Reid offense.
I'm like, man, what do we got to do? What we got to do to beat these dudes? Because these dudes are getting ridiculous. The only reason they lost against the Bengals is because Patrick decided to stop. I mean, let's be real. I don't know what happened. It's like somebody hit the off switch because before that they were going to kill him. I mean, they were killing him.
Look, y'all, I'm not the only one who's not on Team Juju. But I'll just put it this way. When we saw one of the best receivers, Antonio Brown, don't get me started, Merrill. Don't even go there. I see you smiling in the shadow. Don't even go there. No. Don't smile like that. We can see your teeth in the dark. Okay, don't go there. Okay? Antonio Brown is still one of the best receivers when he was on Pittsburgh, if not the best receiver in the league when he was on Pittsburgh. We saw Juju come up short as the number 2. He's not going to go somewhere else and be something that he's not. He's not the Randy Moss to Chris Carter. He's not the J.J. Stokes to John Taylor.
You're wrong about Juju. He ain't the number 1, but he definitely is the number 2 or 3.
How come he didn't do it in Pittsburgh?
Well, because they were asking him to be the number 1, Joey. They centered that offense around him and Najee Harris. When he got hurt, they didn't know what to do. They just lost their offense.
Yeah.
Their offense went out the field.
In Juju's defense, you have Big Ben throwing ducks out there.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're talking about 5-6 years ago, not last year. I still think Juju was hurt and didn't play then either.
No, I still think Juju would be a dynamic number 2 or a dynamic number 3, depending on what system he's in. As a 1, I agree.
Any team would love to have him.
Yeah, I agree with you guys.
Tennessee don't want him. No, we don't want him. No, not any team. You can have him in Dallas because now you need a number 2. But
we're good, man. We're good. We got CD. We got Gallup. We're good.
Okay, all right. Then you go ahead and go get him. Go ahead and go get him. Go get him.
I'm worried about CeeDee Lamb though, because I watched him quit during the playoffs.
Let's just go ahead and prove the point right there. Juju only got numbers playing with Antonio.
Well, that kind of proves my point is he's a number 2, not a number 1. Because when Antonio left, he became the number 1,
and he wasn't good at it.
And I agree with that. I don't think he is a number 1, but that kind of proves my point that his numbers were great as a number 2. That's what he is. He's a number 2. He's a Robin. He's a Robin, not a Batman.
He's not a Robin. He's what's the butler's name?
Well, I mean, you're allowed to think he's the Riddler. So
Alfred.
He's Alfred. You got Batman, Robin, and then the houseboy cleans the house, and then Alfred. You guys. Wait, I don't know if he's Alfred, but here's the point. Big Chief said Juju will be the 3rd or 4th option. That proves my point. Batman, Robin.
Well, he said in Kansas City, which I agree, because you already got a Batman and Robin there already, ready to run. So, I mean, yeah, he would be a 3rd option or 4th option in Kansas City, but that's that organization. On other organizations, he's going to be a decent to very good number 2. I would not take him as your number 1 at all.
Let me ask Big Boy. Would you rather have Kenny Golladay or Juju Smith?
That's a scary question because they both going to get hurt.
I was say they both probably going to be doing the same thing. I'd just rather just take Golladay. I already got him. I don't have to worry about him acting the fool on the field. I don't have to worry about him acting the fool in the locker room. Well, let me get Golladay because he be up there. He be classic with it.
I got to run with my Trojan dude. My Trojan alum, I got to stick with that, man. He was a beast as a Trojan. He was a beast as a Trojan, and under the right circumstances, he could still be a beast.
Okay, you know what, Romero? Let's put the money where your mouth is. Juju is coming off an injury just like Gallup. Would you rather have Juju or would you rather have Gallup?
This is a green light special? What's going on? Green light special?
We green lighting today. Green light.
What you putting it on? What you putting on?
Man, Juju or Gallup? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'll probably go with Juju. I actually want the Cowboys to draft Juju. Yeah,
wanted, but you're stuttering now. You had to think about it way too long to sit there and say that you're comfortable with taking it.
If he's healthy, I would take Juju.
Look what Big Chief got him at. Hill, Kelsey, Gordon, Juju.
Spoiled.
So he's not the butler. He's the guy that cleans the house when what's the butler's name again, Big Boy?
Alfred.
When Alfred tells the dude to go clean the house, that's Juju.
In Kansas City.
Kansas City.
He's a shiny Ferrari anywhere else.
But hey, you just told me that he's the butler.
100%. Anywhere else, that dude is a beast, dude. You get in with somebody else, forget about it. Night out. Night.
I don't want him in Tennessee. We just re-signed Westbrook.
You ain't got a quarterback that can throw them anyway.
Oh, wait, hold on. I know you ain't talking about Ryan Tannehill.
He didn't want Aaron Rodgers.
Now you want to talk about Tannehill.
He said he didn't want the back-to-back MVP on his team.
Hey, I'll say it like this too,
Rodgers.
When Tannehill,
I don't like quitters.
Hey, when Tannehill was my quarterback, I rolled with him, but he ain't mine no more. He's yours.
Okay, but guess what? Yes. Okay, you want to be honest? Yes, he's been my problem for a couple years. But when you dive into the numbers of Ryan Tannehill, he's been a top 10 quarterback in the NFL for the last 2 years.
Now you sound like half a Dolphin Twitter.
I get that. But this is what I said. And you can go look at the episode because I posted it with Big Dog. I'm signing Teddy Bridgewater to push Ryan Tannehill.
Well,
can he outplay Teddy Bridgewater? And I'm one of those people who think if you give Teddy Bridgewater a season to learn the playbook, just like he did in New Orleans, just like he did in Minnesota, when you give him time, not one season, say, yeah, go out there and be all you can be and put some frosted flakes on it.
I'd probably start two-glove Teddy over Tannehill.
2 gloves. Hey, telling you right now.
Hold on. Look, if Ryan Tannehill has a bad year and then they both come out, Teddy 2 gloves is going to do all the talking. I ain't got to say nothing.
Well, I think you're hoping drastically for Teddy to be picked up by you. Because that's
daggone right. I've been talking about it for months. I've been posting on Twitter. Look. You can go back and look at. I've been tagging it on Twitter for about 3 years.
You better hope Derrick
Tennessee
Henry does not
won
get hurt again.
Bridgewater.
You better hope Derrick Henry doesn't get hurt again, because if he does, you are gonna have to expose Ryan all over again, and you guys are gonna be in Heartbreak City. Because I did that. Ask anybody in Dolphin Twitter that's watching this show, go ahead and comment right now, because we went through that same thing. Every year we had to convince ourselves that this guy was something different than he really was. He was showing us on the field who he was, and guess what? We were telling ourselves he was somebody different, and he wasn't, because he's in a different organization, and he is the same guy. Ryan Tannehill. He's gonna kill you.
Steady Teddy.
Steady Teddy. That's where I like it right there. Just he said Steady Teddy.
You better hope you get him.
That's what I'm hoping. But let me look. I'm not the only one that has quarterback questions. You, sir, Romero, said that your quarterback doesn't know how to count numbers on the clock. And Big Boy, we're wondering which veteran is going to end up on your team. It's funny how none of us have mentioned Cam Newton in that system with Brian Dable. Is that a possibility? On a 1-year contract, Cam Newton coming to New York? He can handle. We know he can handle the big city. Big city.
I need Cam with them dreads cut off first.
He got dreads now?
Yeah. Or whatever that is, the braids. He's got the braids. I need Cam without the braids and the fedoras and all the. I need Superman back. If he wants, I want to see that version. That's what I want to see in the NFL.
I want to see him throw an accurate pass.
Well, I mean,
wait, what'd you say, Big Boy? What'd you say?
I don't think we're ever going to see that version of Cam ever again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but something different definitely happened to him.
Hold on, nothing happened to Cam. Cam has always been Cam. Cam has not changed. He had one Super Bowl run, one great season.
Hey man, I remember people were buying up his
Giants.
That would be
Big Boy. You got a question?
New York Giants all day, every day.
I'd let the man answer for himself. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Cam Newton to me seems like a better option than Daniel Jones. That's my man.
That's why we call him money. Money. That's money right there.
He's Gucci.
Because he's dripping.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Everything Gucci, man.
Hey, man, I'm not a Giant fan, but that hat is fresh, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Gucci.
Gotta represent for the team, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. Woo.
But I'm gonna say right now, I think we just made history for Sports Daddy TV having the longest episode on Sports Daddy TV. This is In the Mic, and I want to thank all you guys for coming on. This has been fun. Normally we don't do Sundays, but there's too much NFL, there's too much NBA going on. We got to start adding another day. Romero, you already know. You're welcome back at any time. Big Boy, SoCal, everybody watching, I want to thank you guys for coming on, watching, supporting us. Hey, do us a favor. Go on YouTube and subscribe. And do me a favor. You can stalk them. Just don't stalk me because, I'm comfortable in my corner. You go stalk them. You know what I'm saying? SoCal is blowing up all over Twitter. He's been working with some heavy hitters on Twitter. I'm not even. Big Boy, we waiting for his show to drop, and of course, the Control Room podcast. We still waiting for that. We got to get Mike on here because Mike be talking head too. We got to get.
I'm gonna deliver. I'm gonna deliver them
in a shoebox without Jordans. That's all I'm saying. The Jordan box, the clean one. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, thank you again. Love you, and we will see you soon. Let me go ahead and get the outro going.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys.
Always fun. Always fun. Guys.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to go back to the other one.
That was beautiful, fellas. Absolutely beautiful.